So just like that, ladies and gentlemen, another day is officially in the books for the stock market and for Nvidia stock. And let me tell you guys, today was all over the place. We have to break down Nvidia in this video. We'll break down the indexes as well very quickly. And we'll talk about China in regards to Nvidia. There's a lot going on there. So guys, jam-packed video. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to get up to 15 free stocks from Moomoo with at least a $100 deposit. Use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo and your uninvested cash for now will earn up to 8.1% APY, which guys, that's unheard of. It's a no-brainer. So again, check out the link down below. I'll pin it in the comment section or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. Get your money. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive right into the video. So check it out. Like I said, volatility all across the board today as you guys, and I talked about this earlier. We talked about Jerome Powell. He spoke. He gave some more insight on interest rates, the whole 9 yards, his plan, and that caused the stock market, I think, to go down initially, but then we actually ended up having a green day, which the S&P closed up 0.4%, NASDAQ about a quarter, same with the Russell, and the Dow broke even, so indexes swung back into the green. But yeah, we had a lot of volatility throughout the entire day, and you can see that clearly in Nvidia stock as well. We ended up downtrending all pre-market. We closed at about 121 bucks per share yesterday, and we got down to 117. So initially in the pre-market, this thing was down 3%. By the way, did anybody out there buy that dip? Let me know in the comments. I personally did not, but did you? I'm curious. Then once the markets open, this thing ran like no other. We pretty much recovered all of that loss from the pre-market in the first 10-15 minutes of trading. If I zoom in, you guys can see exactly that. Then Nvidia pretty much was chopping around for the rest of the day. Didn't do much. You know, we hit 121 at about 9:50 a.m. Then we got down to about 119, got back to 121, sold down to about 119 again, right? Then we broke out heading into close from around 119 to about 121, and that's kind of where we're at now after the bell. So we pretty much broke even on the day here on Nvidia stock. And on the 5-day chart, you guys can see early signs of a reversal here to the upside. We can see over the last couple of days, Nvidia was actually under the moving averages on this 5-day, 5-minute, and we had a death cross, right? Excuse me, guys. We can see that it happened on initially the 26th. I think that was on Thursday. Then Friday we dumped down, took out the lows from Thursday. And this morning we actually took out the lows from Friday and from Thursday. You guys see that. So as of this morning, we were continuing the downtrend, but then we broke out, cracked over the moving averages, earlier in the day. And we now have a golden cross on the 5-day, 5-minute. So these are signs potentially that we're reversing back to the upside. Excuse me, guys. Let me actually get some water. A sign that, maybe more upside could be coming in the very short term. You guys can see the pop, the breakout of the moving averages. We actually chopped above them, held them as support, and we broke out into close, which is a very good sign. And with that breakout, we took out the high from this morning. So keep your eyes on that. Pay attention to that, as that is very bullish here heading into tomorrow, right? And on the 4-hour chart, we're still in this channel. I mean, you guys know that. No need to go too deep into that. You guys can see if I draw this downwards channel, boom, we're still in that, pretty clear as day. So for the bulls out there, which I'm a bull, obviously, full disclosure, I'm long Nvidia. We want to see this break, the channel. 120, 125. Well, I guess we already broke 120. And oh my God. Oh, gee, I'm about to sneeze, guys. Woo! All right. I fought that one off. Smash the like button for that. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, for the bulls, we got to break 125, got to break 130 and out of this channel, which ultimately I think we're going to do that. So China, let's talk about China and Nvidia right now. Let me pull up this article to show you guys a little bit of what is going on. There are some trade fears right now with China, and there's a nice little goldfish right there, guys. Funny enough, I don't know what ad this is that has a goldfish right there, but you guys can see there are some fears right now that Chinese regulators are reportedly discouraging local companies in China from buying Nvidia's AI chips, which, I mean, are they going to stop completely? I doubt it. I mean, Nvidia, they have the best chips clearly on the market, and Nvidia is doing a lot of business over there in China right now. We'll take a look at that here in a second, but there is some fear around that. Initially, we did see that dump off in the morning, probably because of that. So Bloomberg reported on Friday afternoon that Beijing is urging Chinese companies to buy from chip makers within its own borders rather than Nvidia's popular GPUs, which, let me add to that. Popular, yes, they're popular, but they're also the best. There's a reason why China is buying from Nvidia, right? Because they want to be neck and neck with America, with the top countries in the world, the U.S., in this AI race, right? And this comes amid heightened trade tensions with the U.S., and meanwhile, Chinese AI chipmaker Cambricon Technology surged 20% in Monday trading, which maybe we'll take a look at that in another video, but probably because of the, this news, right? And Nvidia did not immediately respond to questions from Yahoo Finance. And if you guys remember, maybe not, we'll talk about it now. The U.S. enacted tougher export controls on AI chips to China in late 2022 and has continued to tighten those rules in an attempt to hinder China's ability to surge ahead in the so-called AI arms race, which we talked about. And Nvidia has felt the impact. You guys can see sales to China made up 14% of data center revenue during the company's fiscal year ended January 28th, 2024, compared to 19% in the prior year. So we're noticing a 5% reduction, in terms of sales to China. That's a big reduction there, guys. And you guys can see here, Nvidia has responded by attempting to work around those roadblocks by creating specific versions of its chips for China, which comply with the stricter controls. And a little side tangent here, they recently launched the H20 Hopper chips for China, and they're expected to generate $12 billion in revenue for the company this year. And Nvidia is also set to launch a version of its Blackwell chip called B20 for China, which we don't know when that release date is. It hasn't been set yet. But in the meantime, the black market for Nvidia chips has taken off. I can only imagine, guys. I can only imagine, right? And deeper here, looking deeper into their sales, Nvidia sales in China have recovered in recent quarters. Revenue from sales in China totaled about $3.7 billion in the most recent quarter, ended July 28th, up 33.8% from the prior year. According to Bloomberg estimates, and Nvidia shares are up 144% since the start of the year. So obviously, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to tell you that there are tensions between the U.S. and China. And guys, we have an election in the U.S. in less than 40 days. Not to get political here, but if former President Donald Trump wins, he goes very hard against China. It might not be the best for, Nvidia's relationship with China. I don't know. Just thinking out loud here, guys. Maybe for Nvidia, you might want Kamala Harris, to win the presidency. Again, we're not going to get political here. I mean, whatever, whether you want Trump or Kamala, whatever it may be, the reality is Trump is for sure going to go harder against China, and who knows what he's going to do with the AI chips. I don't know. Nobody really knows. So that probably is a factor worth looking at here moving forward over the next month and a half as we get into the election, which is going to be interesting times, guys. Very interesting times. But yeah, that's kind of a little insight there on Nvidia, China. I mean, they still make up not a lot of their revenue, but a good chunk. I mean, they're making a lot of money over there, a good amount of money in China. So what do you guys think? That's something worth watching, no doubt, moving forward here. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments down below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. We broke down everything that I wanted to cover. I'm going to set my alert for 125. We'll put it at $125 per share. So hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe here on YouTube, guys. We're almost at 40,000 subs. Check out the free mailing list down below. I send you guys my top 3 stocks every single Monday in an email newsletter type format. You might as well check out the Patreon as well. I post all my moves in my Patreon portfolio every single week. We do an update. That's linked down below. And with that being said, guys, cheers. I'll catch you all in the next video.